If you are looking for easy filming strategies, you've come across the right video. I'm going to go over the strategies that I've been using to film and learn YouTube over the course of about the last month, reviving my YouTube channel. My goal is 2 videos a week. So far, I think I've done okay with that, improving just a little bit every time. Filming seems to take up the most time, so I'm going to show you what I do in order to use as little time and maybe as little space as possible. The first thing that you have to decide when you're filming is when you're going to film. You have to choose the days. For example, today I know that I have from 11 to 3 to film videos. I just sat down and started filming this video and I should be done in an hour. What works for you? What days and times work for you? I actually didn't know that I was going to be able to film today. It just happened. And I usually have YouTube ideas in the queue that I can be working on. It has to be a day that you can set up whatever it is you set up or turn on your equipment and be able to have it ready to go and film for whatever time you give yourself. I can script and edit and research and work on thumbnails any time of the day or any time during the week, because I can just sit at my laptop and have my AirPods on. However, filming is a little bit more involved, so I think of what my schedule is for the week so that I can set everything up and have everything ready to go. Second thing that goes into planning my filming and making it easy is what equipment do I need? And right now I'm filming in the living room. I'm going to talk about the other settings that I have to film, but in the living room, the equipment that I have is a tripod with my iPhone on it. I use an iPhone front-facing camera right now because my goal is to just get better. When I have time to figure out the other cameras that I have, I will work on that. But right now my goal is learning video, learning editing, learning thumbnails. I don't have time to relearn my camera as well. So I'm using my front-facing iPhone. I think it's a 14 Pro Max. I have the Rode microphone, the one that just has one mic. I have a ring light to my left, and I have a spotlight, a big spotlight to my right. And then I know where everything goes, so I can set up in this location more often now because I have an idea of where everything goes. So this space is my favorite because of the background, and it's the lighting I feel like is the best in this spot. Now, I also have 3 or 4 other designated areas that I can record. My last video I recorded sitting at my desk, which is right over there, and I will show you, but I have a utility light. I think I bought it at Lowe's on a shower pole. I have that in 2 locations. So my desk has the permanent light on a shower pole, and then in the kitchen I have the same lighting on a shower pole. Whenever I film at my desk, I have the same setup. I have a tripod, I have my mics, and I have the light that's already there. It does take a little bit of time depending on the day to get my lighting right in that location because there's a door right next to me and the way the sun is coming in. Like today it's cloudy and it might start raining, so that would be weird over there. And then in the kitchen, it's the same way. I have to figure out my lighting, and that takes a little bit longer. The other location I have is the kitchen table. I've kind of dismantled the kitchen table right now because it feels like my home started to just feel like a YouTube recording studio because I have all this stuff everywhere. And I don't want my kids to think that it's just constantly a mess or I constantly have equipment out. So I put the kitchen table back to the way it was supposed to be so that we can eat there. And then in the kitchen, standing at the counter, that was where I did most of my videos a few years ago, was standing at the counter because the lighting was best. I have the shower pole with the light on it, and it just keeps equipment out of the way. I can whip out a tripod, set a tripod up, and just talk into the camera while I'm in the kitchen. My last location that's probably a good location that I like to film is my car, and I put a microphone in my car. So if I go from this video to recording recording in my car, my mics are going to be different and the sound is going to be a little bit different. But whenever I have a YouTube idea in my mind and I've scripted it and I get in my car and I remember a point from the script that I can record in my car, the sound is really good in my car and the lighting is usually really good in my car. But again, I put a mic in my car that I can use all the time. Another thing that I've been doing lately is to try not to stop and watch every clip. For example, if I stop and watch this clip when I'm done talking to you, I have to unplug the mic, I have to get out of my spot, go up to the camera, and take the microphone out, play the video, put the microphone back in, get back in my spot, all of the things. I'm trying not to watch every clip as I go. I've been using my watch. I have my camera on my watch and starting and stopping it here instead of getting up and coming back and getting up and coming back. However, I forget all the time about that. I have promised myself not to buy any more camera equipment or YouTube equipment until I figure out how I would make money or there would be money involved in this. Right now, it's just learning and trying to get better. I would really love something so I didn't have to hold this mic like this. So earlier I had it on a spatula and I was holding the mic on a spatula. I assumed that would be too distracting, so I put the spatula away or people would really think I'm crazy. It's bad enough that my dog is in my lap, but I'm really trying not to buy any more equipment. And I know that you can buy a holder where you can hold this like a microphone and it has like a wind cover on it instead of this little troll looking sound filter. I also forgot to mention that I am filming in cinematic mode, and that's what gives kind of the blur in the background. And I haven't figured out the other settings on my phone or on my camera, and I don't want to buy any more courses, and there's tons of courses. And there's a lot of new courses coming out about using your iPhone for filming. I'd love to make one of those courses, but I have a long way to go. I will do another video about how I script, but right now I have my bullet points on my iPad and I am recording one bullet point at a time. I'm trying to get away from every single one of my videos being a list or a certain number of things, but that's the easiest way for me to script right now. So I just looked at my next bullet, which was to tell you that when I film, I practice one of the bullet points and then I film just that bullet point and then I turn the camera off. That gives me smaller video clips to edit. Sometimes I have too many, and lately I have had way too many clips to piece together and I get them out of order and it's just taken me a long time. So I need to figure out a way in my editing process, which doesn't have anything to do with filming. Filming does make editing easier if you do it correctly, but I need to work on filming fewer clips or longer clips and fewer of those, I think. I'm not really sure. As you can see, I'm learning a lot in the filming process, and this is a learning experience for me. A couple of things that I have told you that I've learned is my lighting and the blurred background. I've also learned about the clothes that I wear. Yesterday I was trying to film a video and I could not figure out why the lighting and why everything looked so pale or so weird or just dull. And then I realized that the shirt that I had on matched the paint in my kitchen. Like I had on a gray shirt and the paint in my kitchen is gray. So I feel like I just blended in, and then I changed into a shirt that was a color and the video turned out so much better. So it's a learning process. Probably the hardest thing for me right now is scripting and having the different sections of a video so that you would even watch. I don't even know if anybody watches to the end because my endings, I struggle with my endings. But in my future video, not necessarily my next video, but an upcoming video, I want to go over how I script. I have a template that I use to script my videos so that I know that I have everything, but I'll go over that in a future video.